Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Uh-oh, I'm here.
There you
Let's flip it around. Oh, there we go. What's up, Kristen?
Hey, girl. Long time no see.
I know. Let me turn my volume. Okay, honey. Let me adjust because I don't be doing this a lot. So I always feel kind of whatever. But yeah, I can see you. What's
Nothing
up?
much. And hi, Terrence. I see someone already said hello in the comments.
Yay, welcome.
We made it happen. Finally.
We did. I know. It was a little delayed, but it's on time and it's going to be worth it, I believe. And so, yeah. How you want to start?
Someone said they can't hear anything. Well, first I want to make sure people can hear.
Yeah, please.
Uh,
I don't know if that's on his end. I hear you. I don't know.
I hear. Yeah, I definitely hear you. Is anyone else having difficulty hearing? If you cannot hear us, or if you can hear us, just let us know something before we dive in here.
Yeah.
Because we
Hey,
would hate.
Paul.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Paul joined us. Paul McKay. Paul, can you hear us? Somebody said they can't hear. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. If you can't hear us, let us know.
All right, let's see.
Okay. So, yeah, folks that are joining us, can you please let us know if you can hear us? Anybody, just even
Yeah, give us a yes, a thumbs up, or something.
something. Let us know, because I would hate for us to dive in and then everybody's like, we couldn't hear you the whole time.
Right.
Oh,
Okay, Terrence said yes. Okay.
well, perfect. Maybe I'll start by introducing myself and you can introduce yourself. Uh,
Sounds good. Let's do
uh,
it.
my name is Dr. Christine Jobson. I'm a singer, entrepreneur, and coach. And then, yes, I'll let you go next.
Yeah, so I'm Dr. Dion Napier. I am a voice coach and an entrepreneur, and I help singers break through self-limiting beliefs and build a versatile voice that can sing anything. That's kind of my title, my thing. I really go after classically trained singers and professional level contemporary singers. So that's what I do. That's who I is, and I'm ready to get in this conversation.
Oh, and Dion and I, we met in school, in grad school in Kentucky,
Yeah,
University
we
of Kentucky.
did.
So here we
We
are.
did. Yes.
So, Dion, you sent me this very interesting TikTok that kind of made me clutch my pearls a little bit, but also it was like, yeah, sounds like the truth to me. So that kind of motivated this.
Yes, yeah, I'll give them just a little bit of background. So there's a video that I found on TikTok by a man named Matt Edwards, and he's a professor at Shenandoah University. And he was asked the question, I wrote it down so I wouldn't get it messed up. But he was asked the question, somebody said, I don't really understand the point of being an opera singer now. Is it a lost art? And so that was the question, and he answered it very honestly. He answered it with numbers and figures from top tier opera houses and music companies that have lost lots of revenue. And to me, he really answered it from the heart of a mentor or a heart of a father. Like, this is our students need to know what the industry is really like before they go through all these degrees and do all this stuff, and they're not fully aware of what they're being prepared for. So if you want to watch that video, you guys that are watching, if you want to go catch that, his name is Matt Edwards. It's on my profile. You can watch it on YouTube, but it was a really good answer to this young student's question. So I sent it to Christine because it was full of truth, and I was like, girl, let's go live and just share our thoughts, because both of us have doctorates in vocal performance. We've been through the university systems. We know it through and through. So I said, let's just go live and talk about our thoughts and kind of piggyback off of some of the things that Matt Edwards brought up in his talk. So that's what this is centered around. So I got my 3 points. You can start off, Christine, with your takeaways, and we can just kind of go back and forth.
Okay, that sounds good. And I have a feeling that some of our ideas are going to overlap too.
Probably.
So
Probably.
the main thing that struck me and that I've been kind of feeling is when we earn these degrees in vocal performance, some of the major skills we walk away with are the ability to sing with a classical vocal technique.
Yeah.
We do get exposure to languages. We do, in terms of diction, also the knowledge of how to speak those languages and the repertoire. Written mostly a very long time
Yeah.
ago that
Yes.
by people who typically don't look like me. Fine. You know, and maybe that last part is not even relevant to what I really want to say, which
Yeah.
is that we earn these degrees that give us these very specific skills. We take out sometimes student loans in order to finance
Oh yeah.
these multiple degrees.
Oh yeah.
And then when you graduate, it's like, what do I do now? What do I do with these skills that I've learned? And sure, like I may be a fabulous, very polished singer, but considering the climate of the industry and how
Yes.
much I financially put into earning these degrees,
Yes.
does it work out? Does it make sense? Was the investment wise? Is the main thing
Yes.
that kind of hit me. Like student loans accrue interest.
Come
And
on.
so is my ability to sing in French, German, Italian, et cetera, going to pay off those $1,000 of loans that I took out?
Yeah.
So that's my first.
I'm with you. And that's actually my first takeaway. Look at that. We're on the same page. That was my first takeaway, and I wrote my things down. So and let me just preface it by saying this is not to bash any university or any professor or nothing. Like, my experience in university was awesome. I had great teachers. I know a lot of students can't say that. A lot of students were, abused from teachers and all kind of crap, but my experience was wonderful. My teachers were amazing, but it's just coming out of that system a few years down the line and just examining the things that worked and maybe didn't. That's all this is doing. This is just objectively looking at the university voice performance degree track and the system. That's it. This is not against anybody. So the non-transferable skills, the first thing that hit me, I'm right there with you. So these are the things, like, I can sing opera, but I can't sing contemporary. Contemporary is going to pay me, though. That is what's going to pay more readily right out of university. Being able to sing gigs, being able to sing the popular music that the masses want to hear. I'm sorry, classical is beautiful, opera is great, but the masses don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that. They're not paying to hear that. And if you watch Matt Edwards' video, he gives the massive numbers that prove that. So I'm going to just leave that there. The other thing, the foreign language, the diction, like you said, the IPA, but I can't understand the language to be able to communicate. So I can't be an interpreter. That's what would pay. So it's almost like we learned half of the skill, but not the part of the skill that could really generate an ROI. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it makes you think, like, was this designed like this? Like, what? Was there not more forethought, into this degree track to really equip us with the skills that would help us monetize the degree after school? Do you see what I'm saying? The other thing, piano proficiency. I can play the piano. I can pass the proficiency. I can play the scales. I can play my melody. But I can't accompany nobody because I don't really know how to play for real. A company's going to make some money because they can back up the thing. So that's the stuff I looked at, and I'm like, this almost feel like game playing. Do you know? But anyway, I find it interesting that we kind of dabbled in the skill, but there was not an emphasis on developing the skills that we could actually monetize after school.
Exactly.
So that's
a couple other things I wrote down, because I was just going to do one and then you do one, but no, let's just get them all out there. The next thing I wrote down is the lack of business related information that was shared. We have to be business people. We have to know how to run an actual business. And all of that part I learned on my own from Mr. Google or Ask a Friend, like figuring out how to, like an LLC or contracts or, the industry, how to find a manager, how to audition, really, but that business savvy and knowing how important networking is.
Yes.
The job doesn't always go to the best singer. Sometimes it goes to the singer that they know.
Right.
That's a thing is not really discussed. And I think, and going back to business as a model, as something we should understand as singers, what about taxes?
Yeah.
Woo! Taxes
Yeah.
are so critical, especially when you're collecting all this 1099
Yeah.
income, and then tax time runs around, and you don't know how to, you don't know what to do. You
Right.
don't know up from down, and then you get hit with a wonderful bill. I've been there. That's why I can say these things so personally. It's like, oh, didn't know that. Now I have a good
Yeah.
tax guy. We're looking a lot better. But
Right.
knowing about taxes, knowing how to kind of negotiate, well, during these periods I'm going to have this much work and this much
That's
money.
right.
This period is
Right.
going to be a dry spell. How am I going to keep myself engaged so
Mm.
that I can make money when I don't
Mm.
have
Right.
contracts, when
Right.
I don't have anywhere to sing, when the
That's
church
right.
job don't need me this week? How
That's
am I going
right.
to keep the lights on,
Mhm.
especially for those of us that grew up in church,
Mhm.
where folk may not necessarily buy into the concept of financially investing in our musical artists? That's a whole separate topic.
It is.
But it's like, if you come from that system where
It
they're
is.
like, oh, we don't give financial offerings to singers. You just do that for the glory of God only. So it's like, okay, knowing that financial piece is not in place, how am I going to keep myself afloat? And I just want to jump on what you said about the piano proficiency.
Mhm.
We got to know how to play the piano, folks. And typically, the requirements for vocal performance majors is too low, in my opinion. We need to
Wow.
be able to play. And somehow, I don't know where this wisdom came from for me. As a college student, I decided that I was going to do more than what the piano proficiency requirement.
Mhm.
And thankfully, I can play like basic little things. Uh,
Yeah.
a Wednesday night prayer meeting, I could play those hymns. I can accompany very simple
Yes.
songs, but that's just because something in here just was like, girl, you don't
Mm.
have to be able to know how to play a little more than what they saying you need to know how to play. That's right.
Yes.
That's right, Terrence. Piano is a must. And it never hurts, because those piano playing skills will only help you as a singer. But I'll pause now
Yes.
so you can jump in.
No, that's Christine, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I am thankful. My dad put me in piano when I was 6. So my dad kind of started it, for me. So I had a little bit more proficiency. But yeah, it does. It should be a requirement, because again, these are the skills that can fill the gaps while we're waiting for the break, right? While we're waiting to be hired by an opera company or whatever.
Yeah.
These are the things that could keep us in the realm of music and not going to have to bust tables or just do these other little things just to kind of piece it together, and then you got to struggle with the schedule. No, that'll keep you in the realm of creativity, the realm of music, until your break comes, But again, we weren't, for whatever reason, the degree, we're not steered that direction, and I'm not sure why. But I'm just kind of thinking of an overarching thing for me. Like, the degree program needs a serious reform, it needs a serious upgrade, and it needs serious innovation, because times are different. I kind of did a little research on the vocal performance degree, and I think the first one was developed in 1952 or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, super old, and we're still training students for a degree in classical. Like, y'all, I'm not saying we got to strip that out, but I'm saying let's please integrate my thing, commercial voice technique, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. But like, can we please integrate some other technique and style so these students can go out and sing the stuff that's gonna really make them money? Do you know? But I'll get to that in a minute. On the entrepreneurship thing, I'm totally with you. Marketing and sales, like, it would have been so nice to have training in the psychology behind sales, how to sell, because a lot of us as singers, we have a poverty mentality. We have a mentality of a broke artist. Do you know what I'm saying? Starving artist kind of thing. We feel grimy about selling, or you can just give me like, no, we need a whole mindset renewal. We need to know our value. We need to know what we add and what we contribute as artists, and people need to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So again, if we were conditioned with entrepreneurial mindset, I think that could have really been a game changer. How to negotiate. I'm not going to repeat a lot of this stuff you've already said that I wrote down. But here's another thing I thought about too with that. I feel like if we were conditioned, or if we were equipped with a more entrepreneurial way of thinking, Christine, in between, like as we're waiting for stuff to open up, we wouldn't keep going getting degree. Now that was me. I can talk about it because that was me. Nothing was opening up for me, and it's like, well, I guess I'll just go back and get another degree. Like, I was pretty good at school. I enjoyed it. I had great relationships, and I was still following the dream that my professors and that the university, what I say, disciples us to dream and go after. Pursue the opera career. Okay, so that's all. I was all in that. So I was pursuing the career. But if I had an entrepreneurial mindset, probably after that master's degree, I could have said, okay, wait, let me just examine. Is this the goal and the dream that I really want? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do I really want to go after this? And if so, how else can I pursue this without going to school, just loading on all this knowledge, all these degrees, when I'm not trying to teach at no university for real? I want to perform. So what am I getting all these advanced degrees for? It's not really making sense. But I didn't have the entrepreneurial mindset to think, what other skill set could I couple with my music and do some stuff on my own to generate some money while I'm waiting? Like, there was nowhere in mind. But it came back up just a few minutes ago as I was looking over my notes, because I know you know some students that just keep going back getting degrees. And it's like, what are you doing? What is the purpose? What is the vision? What is the end goal? So again, I'm going to digress because I be getting real passionate about this stuff. I'm gonna pull back.
No, please. I love it. Because we got a lot on our chest, and that's why we're here to just say it, because a lot of people are thinking it, but we're just going to and say it. But on the topic of collecting degrees, it has become a way to get lessons, because oftentimes we can't afford to keep training. Opera training is expensive.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, absolutely. People are like, oh, how can I get lessons from really highly qualified teachers that are still kind of into the industry? Oh, I'll just get another degree. And so it's like, now you got this extra degree and really don't want it, had no purpose.
Right.
Now, in my case, I did have desires to teach at the university college level.
Okay.
And kind of doing that over the years. Yeah. But when I again, another transparency moment, as someone said in the chat, when I thought about it, yes, I have this ability to teach. I kind of like it. I do like it. But deep down inside, I am a hustler, y'all. I'm a hustler. Like, I like to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I have this entrepreneurial spirit that just lives within me. I always feel like there's more. I always feel like, well, if this school is paying me this much money, how much more then am I really, worth?
I know.
What I can offer, the value that I bring. If they're willing to pay me this, then perhaps my value far exceeds that. Hello?
Yeah.
So it's like, I want people to be okay with having, like, if you have that fire that burns within you, like, there's something more. I know I could be doing more. Don't quell it down and say, well, let me just settle into this university teaching job. And you know what? If you want to teach university, teach at the university, teach at the college level. But still, don't let your entrepreneurial spirit die, because that's something you could be imparting to your university and college.
That's right.
I mean, if
that's right.
Still in the academy, still teaching at the college level, that would be one of the things I want to do, is to build a class where we talk about some of the things that we're talking through right now. So it's like, okay, we teach you how to sing, we teach you these languages, how to speak in the languages, how to sing the languages, but also here's reality.
That's right.
And what other skills do you have? That's right. The bottom line. Like, you've got this musical gift, but what other gifts do you have that you can partner with that gift? And even with the gift, if you're in a classical voice program, the idea that was imparted to me is that you need to focus vocally. And I get that. It's like, okay, especially when you're learning a new technique, it may be a good idea to kind of focus in one direction. Yeah. But the idea of like training 5, 10, 15 years on only one thing, when, like you said, opera is it's a small bubble of people that like opera. Right. I mean, I'm in the bubble. I like opera, but realistically, how many opera houses are there in America for us to sing at? And how many of those opera houses hire the same people over and over to sing the same stuff over and over. That's a reality. I don't own the opera house, so
Right.
it's not my
That's
thing
right.
to be mad about. I just
Mhm.
need to be accepting of the reality, which is that, all right, here are the spaces that I could possibly end up singing in. And here are the thousands upon thousands of music majors graduating that are also competing for those same positions.
Yes.
Whatever shall I do to keep my lights on?
That's girl, I feel like that needs to be a t-shirt. Whatever shall I do to keep my lights on? A t-shirt for the voice performance majors, because that's it.
Because
I
that's it.
mean, yeah. And I think we have to know we have permission to think like that and to create outside of the degree chart. When I was in there, like I said, my mind was just so focused on, what they taught. Like I wasn't even thinking. And for me, Christine, I'm different from you in that the entrepreneurial spirit was, I didn't never think like that. You know how you said you just had a thought? Like I just kind of followed the rules. I'm checking the stuff off the list. That's it. But for me, like it was my husband, number one, that kind of pushed me into considering entrepreneurship. And then my first year at UK, like the summer, I didn't get any summer work and I was broke. And I was like, man, I need to do something. Like I got to keep my lights on. That was pretty much what it was. I was like, I got to work. And I fell into a sales job with Cutco Vector. And I'm telling you, it shifted my whole everything. So it was in me to do it, but it wasn't awakened or realized until I just stepped out on faith. And I was like, I've never done sales before, but they got a script. I can follow a script. I'm good with making connections. I'm just gonna try something.
Yeah.
And that shifted my whole, I'm telling you. It shifted me. But that is the experience that taught me sales and marketing. It taught me networking. It taught me to a degree negotiation. It taught me these transferable skills that we need as singers, but that sadly we don't get, So yeah, the entrepreneurial mindset it's necessary. It really is, just for life, for music and for life. We gotta have that. So
I'm
yeah.
laughing because I did a little Cutco Vector for a second. But I was not successful. I barely sold 2 things. But yes, that would teach you the marketing, sales. It's
It taught me
uncomfortable.
skills.
You
You said
know,
what?
it can be uncomfortable to be like, well, I'm selling this thing, especially if the thing you're selling is your gift. It's like,
Yes.
it's in me.
And I love Terrence said, let's create our own script.
Mm-hmm.
I don't exactly know what he was talking, but I feel that with what you just said, like when we're trying to promote ourselves as artists or whatever, like, what are you going to say about you? How are you going to put yourself out there? It would have been nice to have some skills to know
Yeah.
how to do that,
Well,
so.
well, let's pivot to what you were just talking about with versatility in singing.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna just start it and then I'm gonna let you have it because I know you have just a lot to just say about it. But I feel like I'm kind of lucky, maybe blessed, however you want to look at it, that I grew up singing in church. And
Yes,
so that sound we make in church is a very, I don't want to say it's, well, yeah, it's like an authentic from your soul
it
sound.
is. Absolutely.
It's from your chest. It's from your heart. Nobody
Yeah.
taught me how to sing when I was a kid, but I was up there singing from my heart, from my
Mhm.
soul, and just making sounds. I wasn't trained as a singer until I got to
Yeah.
college, learned
Yeah.
about opera, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah.
because of that background of singing in that way that I just woke up and the sound that came out of my mouth was my
Yes.
sounds. Someone said free. Yeah, it was just my
Yes.
free sounds, my authentic praise, as it
Yes.
were.
Yes.
It's just me. Having that background has made me a versatile singer.
Mhm.
I'm so thankful for it because
Yeah.
otherwise, I probably would have just been an opera singer.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But being
Mhm.
able to kind of flip in and out of things, I was also all pretty good at mimicking sounds as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Love to do it. So it's like I can make so many different types of sounds, and I just want to encourage. Thank you, Terrence. I want to encourage classically trained singers to
Yeah.
just make sounds. Like, of
Mhm.
course, we're trained how to make those sounds in our lessons, but
Mhm.
like, what is your talking, speaking voice
Mhm.
register? If you were to just extend how you talk, what is that
Mhm.
sound? What is that
Yes.
texture? How does that feel?
Yes.
Because people will pay for that sound. also.
Girl, my God.
So here,
My God. So what you just stood up here and said is with no degree, no voice lesson, and no training, just extending how you speak just naturally, that's what the folk gonna pay for. That's what you can monetize without now degree, without now voice lesson. Is what you just, I know I'm country, I'm near Memphis area. Without no degree is what you just said.
correct. Without no degree, without nan degree. Most of these people, most of the folk we look up to as, celebrities
Yeah.
even, our favorite artists, most of them do not have a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree in nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
And
now I'm gonna tell you somebody that I do love a lot, Stevie Mackey. He got a degree.
wait, in what though?
He,
Is it vocal?
I think voice performance.
Okay,
He studied voice somewhere.
I know
Oakwood.
he went to Oakwood, but I can't remember if he was a music major. Let me not misspeak. But
Check
Stevie
on
Mackey,
Stevie.
he is a prime example though of, I mean, let's say he has that degree.
Yeah.
My good old Stevie is thriving.
Right.
Okay.
Ain't he? Ain't he? I'm telling you.
I
The
mean,
boy is bad. I love
he
it.
is bad, and he's training all kinds of people.
Yes.
And they are making beautiful sounds, and
Yes.
they're growing and they're flourishing and they're making their own unique,
Yes.
offering to the industry. Come on,
Yeah.
Stevie. I'm so glad you mentioned Stevie because I love Stevie from afar. He don't know me.
I do.
But yeah.
I do too.
I'd be like,
I do.
Oakwood?
I know.
Oakwood?
Oh, girl, y'all be representing. I'm telling you, my God. We talking about being versatile. Yeah. So, my thing, and this is a large part of my business. I'm gonna make this really quick.
Yeah.
A large part of my business is training versatile voices. So like helping classical singers break through the limiting belief that my voice won't sound good singing pop, my voice won't sound good singing this, breaking through the lie that many of us were told in school that if we do sing the contemporary music that is going to damage our instrument. If you belt, you're going to tear your voice up. Well, what about the classical singers that damage their daggum instrument? Because I remember seeing lots of them going to the vocal therapist. Go see Dr. Stemple. Yeah, your voice is jacked and you sing in classical. So see, that's what I'm saying. I hate lies. Now I had to go see Stemple too. Mine was stress related. But I'm just saying it's a lie that singing contemporary commercial music that you can easily monetize out of school is gonna damage you, but classical is the best in all of this. No.
Correct.
If you don't know how to use your voice, you'll damage it. I don't care what style you sing it.
And
you
that's
know?
the bottom line. No matter what style you're singing, you can damage your voice. And that's the
Yeah.
thing that was not really imparted. It was kind of like, well, if you sing with your classical technique, it's safe.
Right.
Well, how come so many classical singers have nodules and polyps
Right.
and muscle tension, dysphonia, and all kind of issues?
Right.
Because it can happen no matter what if you don't know what
That's
you're doing.
right. It can. It can. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the largest disservices. Now there are some universities that do teach contemporary, and I think that's great. And I think that in 2023 time, those schools are going to be like the leaders on the forefront because they got the program. You know what I mean? Or they had the foresight enough to see singers can be trained classically, but they're going to need this contemporary style training as well. And so I think, anybody that's pursuing a vocal performance degree right now, if you are passionate about classical singing and want to do opera, just like Matt Edwards said, I don't think you should stop. If that's in your heart to do, that's fine. But you do need to pick up. Practically, you need to pick up some commercial style singing. Yeah. You need to pick up some entrepreneurial mindset. You need to start looking at your other skill sets to seeing what you can marry together to create something fresh and new that you can monetize on your own without a degree or without waiting on some opera company to open a door for you. You open your own door. Yeah. You look at what God has put inside of you, you marry those things and you monetize them. And it's possible. So I feel like I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, because I can go on and on. But yeah, we got to be versatile vocalists. Matt Edwards was saying that in his thing, like those are going to be the ones that can survive this tricky economy, all these changes in the industry. When you can sing multiple genres, you'll make it. And even my buddy, I don't know if you know Camille Humes. Do you know Camille?
That name sounds familiar.
He sings with Chicago Lyric. I thought he did Porgy. He may not have done Porgy at the Met with you guys, but he sings with Chicago Lyric. And we did an interview last year, and he was saying even these opera companies, like so many times, he's been asked to sing different styles, you know, just auditioning and doing stuff. So even the opera companies are wanting to integrate and merge, and even with new works being performed, like they want some of that contemporary stuff. Why? Because the contemporary stuff sells tickets. It gets butts in seats. At the end of the day, it's business. Music is a business. It is an industry. And so these people are going to produce what's going to make money. So we as singers, it's our job to be equipped. Don't wait on your voice teacher at school, because they're probably going to keep you on the classical track, but that's okay. You can get a music mentor. You can find somebody else, find somebody that knows how to do this commercial style training and get the skills you need. Like, don't make excuses. We're not making excuses, because there are ways to find. If you seek, you'll find. So go find it. Go do it, but get those skills, because you're going to need them in the real world. So I'm done. That's all I got.
That's it, girl. Yes. I think we've covered a lot for today. Someone in the comments was saying we need to start a podcast.
Oh,
and just
Jesus.
the fun.
What, Terrence, what were your takeaways? Let us know what resonated with you the most. Or if you have a question or something else. We started at 11:30. Oh, we good on time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Terrence is still here. It sounded like Terrence was on his way out because he.
He went. So, okay, that's fine.
But anyone that's still with us, if you want to share, please, we'd love to hear from you. What your takeaways were from this talk. I hope you got something from us, kind of just really venting and just.
And I don't want to feel like it's a vent, you know, like it's not. But again, you just gotta. When you come out on the other side, you just really look like the time that I spent, the money I invested, what was the ROI?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like, the ROI falls a little short. It just falls short. I won't say that it's not worth it, that the experience and, you know, it wasn't worth it, because every process, every experience, you're going to learn stuff, you're going to grow.
Yeah.
But like, when you look at especially me and you entrepreneurs, we looking at them dollars and cents. Is it adding up? And it's not. So somebody asked something about Cheryl Porter. Can you see that?
Yeah, Jasmine Jacobs. Hey, girl. I would love to hear your thoughts on Cheryl Porter. I'll let you go first.
I love Cheryl Porter.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Cheryl Porter. I use Cheryl Porter stuff. Cheryl Porter was the first one in 2020 when stuff shut down. She was doing this hand washing song. That's how I found her on YouTube. But I invested in her program because I love that she has a classical background, but she's got those contemporary audio tracks behind her exercises, and she writes her own exercises. Again, creativity. She's not doing the same me, man, mama. She ain't doing that. She wrote her own stuff. She used her creativity and innovation with her classical background. She combined her skills, and she's amazing. I love her stuff.
I love her, and ditto to everything you said. And I too love the backing tracks that she uses with her exercise, because it makes singing fun. It doesn't have to be boring and dry, and you can have a good old time warming up your voice.
You can.
So I too love Cheryl Porter. And when I say, I don't know who's on her team or who helped her kind of package things, but when I say her marketing, branding, I mean tight. It is a prototype even. Like, it's like, if you need ideas, if you want to just have a starting point of how to start dreaming as a singer, teacher of singing, Cheryl Porter.
I'm telling you.
I wish I could meet her one day.
Well, Kalista knows her.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. Kalista sang at her mom's funeral.
Oh my goodness.
So reach out to Kalista.
Oh my goodness. We are all just one degree of separation.
Seriously.
From anybody we want to meet in this business. That's what I'm coming to.
Message Kalista and say, Kalista, can you connect me with Cheryl? If that's what you want to do. But yeah, Kalista knows her.
Definitely. Well, it looks like no one else is sharing any thoughts, so we can start to wind down, I think.
Thank you for the dialogue. Yeah, Jasmine. Absolutely.
This is a great conversation. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So, Dion, maybe we could share what we've been working on individually.
Yeah.
So
you want to go play it?
Yeah. So I have my audition one-to-one training program, which I've started. It's an 8-week training program where I work with singers of all different backgrounds, degreed or
Yep.
not, classical singers or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I help you work on your versatile singing technique. But
Mm-hmm.
primarily, I want you to just find your voice. What are the sounds
Yeah.
that feel good to me? And how can I, first of all, work on my mindset and my emotional well-being so
Mm-hmm.
that I bring good things to the table when I'm training my voice.
Yep.
And of course, vocal technique, stamina, vocal health.
Mm-hmm.
But the golden nugget of the training is to prepare you for auditions and to help you
Yes.
find auditions. So my goal with this 8-week training is to get you ready for an audition, get you to an audition so that you can what? Make some money. And that is important to me, obviously, because I feel like that was the missing link
Yes.
in much of the training I received. So this course where you get to work with me one-on-one. We're in touch, we're dialoguing, and I'm walking you through it so that you can hopefully book your first gig, if not your 50th gig, um,
Yeah.
in our partnership. So if you're interested in signing up for my one-on-one coaching program, you can just shoot me a DM. It's very simple to do. Just be like, hey, I heard you talking about your program on the Live with Dion, and I want to know more, and we can set aside some time to talk and see how we can move forward. And I know Dion has some awesome things going on as well.
Yeah. That's so good. I didn't touch on it, Christine, but mindset was another area, in the training that was lacking, but that's really it's huge.
Yeah.
Mindset when auditioning, mindset when training your voice. Just yeah. So that's so good that you're including that. So guys, I hope y'all hear like we weren't trying to come on here and just like dump like a lot of negative stuff. I hope it didn't feel like that, but we're just identifying some of those gaps and then how we, just the two of us, are creating programs and things to help kind of fill and connect the dots, okay, from what might have been missed in the degree program. So our heart is to help, our heart is to serve. And so yeah, that's kind of the point of this. So I am offering starting this Thursday, but it's not too late to hop in. I'm doing a mixed belt 4-week training, mixed belt basics, okay? And so it's for classically trained singers or professional level contemporary vocalists. And it's really training singers how to lock into a mixed voice, how to get a more belty sound, how to get a modern contemporary sound without killing, straining, and destroying your voice. I have found that is like the key issue that so many singers, like classical singers that are trying to cross over into contemporary, they cannot figure out, how do I sing this stuff without sounding classical? How do I sing this stuff right? And so that's been a thing that I've noticed in the market, like a gap. And so I created a 4-week training to teach you guys how to do that. It's very simple. It's going to be highly interactive, and I have 4 spots left. So if that sounds like that's something that you're interested in, just DM me Belt and we'll talk about it. We'll see if you're a fit for it. There are 4 seats left. And like I said, it starts Thursday. So that's
Awesome.
it.
And that's out of Amplify Voice
Amplify Vocal
Vocal
Studio.
Studio.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all,
Mm-hmm.
please go and follow Dion on her platform on Instagram. Follow me too, so that
Yes.
you see what we're up to. Dion has a lot of wonderful tutorials, videos where she's giving you some of this knowledge right there on her feed.
Right.
So check it out, and then join her 4-week course that's starting on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's been so good, Christine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been real
Yeah.
good. I'm glad we took the time to come together and share what we know and what we've been through. That's really all we've been
Yeah.
doing. We're just sharing our stories, our
Right.
journey. Our journey is not everybody's journey also.
Right.
So, we add that little disclaimer as well. We
Right.
wish everybody success, however you choose.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, for sure. All right, darling. Well, until next time, I will see you later.
Okay.
And thank you so much. Terrence talking about next one. Terrence ain't gone. He's still on here. Talking about next one. Terrence, what would you want the next one to be on? What topics do you feel like you want to hear about or that you need support around? If you could drop that in the comments, that would be good.
And Terrence is an amazing musician as well.
Is he? Okay.
Singer, pianist, choir director, writer,
Oh, Lord.
all the all the things. So
All the things.
I
Okay.
appreciate you tuning into this, Terrence. But yeah, what do you want to hear us talk about next?
Is he university trained or no?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember. I think maybe University of Miami or FIU.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm making things up, Terrence. Build your followers on this important topic. Okay.
Is that what he
So
put?
that's what we put.
Okay, I can't see it, but okay.
Allow others to chime in.
Um, I see. Yeah, so get like a panel discussion maybe. I got it.
Yeah. University of Miami. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, Christine, yeah, just send me the recording whenever you get it or however. And yeah, this has been
It
wonderful.
has been. All right, girl. Till next
Okay.
time.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.